Hello everyone and welcome to Dikshita Kamri's channel, and this is the second video of Angular tutorial in which we are going to see the folder structure of Angular. So in the last video what we saw is we see what is Angular, then we saw the features, its pros, its cons, and how to get started building Angular application. Like we installed the Angular CLI in our system, then we also created one folder, like we created our app SpiceX. We compiled that project and saw in the browser like how it looks when we install the Angular CLI in our system. So now let's see the folder structure of. So here is that SpiceX folder. As I already told you in the first video, we are going to create one restaurant web application using Angular, and this is the name of our restaurant, that is SpiceX. So this is the folder, and we are going to make changes in this folder. So to do or to make changes in this folder, first we need to know what all these files are. So let's see this folder structure. See here, you can see node modules folder. So what is node modules folder? So it includes all the required npm packages for the projects and other dependencies. Okay. You will come across many such npm modules and dependencies when we start building our restaurant applications. So next is we are going to see is this browser list source. So next is dot browsers list source. So what it does is it configures sharing of target browsers. Okay, so as you can see, last one Chrome version, last one Firefox version, and all these target browsers are mentioned here, and also Node.js versions among various front-end tools. Okay, so now next is this file edit or config. So next file is dot edit or config. So what it does is it involves configuration for code editors, like as you can see, character set, UTF-8, indent style, space. All these are the configurations for code editors. So next is dot ignore file. So if you all are knowing about Git and GitHub, say then you might be aware about this dot ignore file, dot git ignore file. So if you are going to make our work open source, like if you are going to push our work on the GitHub or any other open source tool, so and sometimes we want to hide some files from people, like we don't want to make it public. So like any private key, anything environmental key, etc. So what we do is we mention all these parameters in one file, and then we note down, or then we mention this file name in this dot git ignore file. So push all those changes in on the GitHub, then only people will not be able to see our any private parameters like environmental keys and etc. So if you want to know more about this, you can check out my previous video on how to hide environmental keys. So you can check out that. I will put the link in the description section. So the next file which you are going to see is angular.json. So the angular.json files includes configuration options for build. So you can see like over here it is mentioned like version, new project name, type, schematics, routes, etc. So all these are configuration options for build, serve, and test tools. Okay, so you can check all these options in the Angular JSON. You can see here serve option is here, then build option is here. So like that. Then the next file which you're going to see is karma dot karma.config.js. Dot, con, config.js. So, 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 So it involves karma configurations. Yeah. So currently I'm also not much aware about it. So whenever I will get to know about it, I will give you information about it. Then next, .json. So it provides version information for all packages installed into node modules. So we saw that there are so many modules installed and these are grouped inside the node modules folder. So in package log.json, the versions of these installed modules are listed. So like you can see these dependencies, Angular, animations, and its versions. So like that. Then next one is the readme.md file. Okay, here. So readme.md is nothing but it is an introductory document. It gives you information about your project. Then next is tsconfig app.js here. So it is a TypeScript configuration. Okay, so it includes TypeScript and Angular templates compiler option. Then next is tsconfig JSON. So it is a base TypeScript configuration document. You can see uh, all the base TypeScript configurations are here. So you can go through it. Then next one is tsconfig.spec.json. So it is a TypeScript configuration for application test. Okay. So let's just see one more time like what difference between these three are. So the tsconfig.app.json is a TypeScript configuration, and it also includes TypeScript and Angular template compiler option. So it is a TypeScript configuration, and tsconfig.app.json is a base TypeScript configuration, and the tsconfig space.json is a TypeScript configuration, and tsconfig.spec.json is a TypeScript configuration for application test. Okay, so now we'll see the source folder. So inside the source folder, there is a app folder, and it contains all these component files, all component files. Then second one is the assets folder. So it contains images and other assets which we will require for our application. Then third one is the environment folder. So it contains build configurations, options for particular target environment, etc. Yeah. So like yeah. then then there is a favicon icon. It is an icon used in any application, like we saw the Angular icon. Then index.html file. It is the main HTML page. Okay, see, let's see. Yeah. So it is the main HTML page that is served when the someone visits to your website. Then the next is main.ts. So it is a main entry point for your application. Okay. Then next is polyfills.ts. So polyfills.ts provides polyfill scripts for browser support. You can go through this file so that all these are comments. Only import zone.js, like zone.js is imported over here, like it includes with Angular CLI, so that's why. Then next is style.css. So CSS file that supply styles for a project. You can see we all know that .css files are used for providing styles to our application. So next is test.ts. So it is the main entry point for your unit test. Okay. So now that we have seen all these files in the source folder, let's go through the app folder. So as I already told you, all the component files are included under the app folder. So now the first is app So now we'll see this app component dot ts file. So here, sorry, this one is the app component dot ts file. So app component dot ts defines the logic for the application's root component named as app component. As you can see, this one is the app component. Okay, so it defines the logic for your for the application's root component. Okay, so next is app component dot html. So here is our app component dot html file. So the app component dot html file defines the html template associated with the root app component. We saw the app component, so it defines html template associated with that root component. Okay, so next we are going to see is app component dot css. So like we see like styles dot css, it is also a base css style sheet for the root app component. Then next one we are going to see is app component dot spec dot ts. So unit test for root app component are listed over here, like, yeah. Then next is app dot module dot ts. This last one. So it is a root component. Okay, this is nothing but a root component. That's it. So this was all about the folder structure of our SpiceX, like SpiceX folder. So in the next video we will start with the configuration and we'll start building our application. So stay tuned for the next video, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching.